Hello, everybody. This is Sandy.
And I'm Debbie.
We're from the Normal Paranormal Group. And today we're going to talk about 5
strange occurrences again.
Yeah, did this happen to you? Before we start, we got to light our candle book.
We got to add more stories
to our book. These are interesting stories, so we just have to...
Hey, it's getting closer to Halloween, people, so you have to start sharing.
I'm going to start sharing. I'm sure this happened to most of you. So we're going to start out with number 1, about strange occurrences. We're talking about energy, unseen energy.
Unexplainable energy.
Does the paranormal spirits have force? Do they turn around and have the strength? And how could they lift or move something?
It's invisible to our eyes.
That we can't see, but yet they're able to do things. Maybe you have one of these experiences. Well, today we're going to talk about number 1, the war knives. My dad had a plaque, and in the plaque were these sleeves, and they had these war knives.
Yeah.
Shield. There was a shield, and you could not take these war knives out. There's no way.
Okay, those shields were made from World War II.
Yes.
And he originally sent them to his father. So, his father, I don't know if these knives had bad luck attached to them or what, because one of the knives actually had notches in them. Tall notches for...
Yeah, this is during the war now.
This is during the war. Tall notches were for kills. Small notches were for wounded.
Well, the story goes that Debbie and I always were in the attic. We always talked about how haunted our attic was and about having this twin thing. We always look at each other. Do you feel what I feel?
Yeah.
And we both looked at each other and said, yes, we knew to get out of there.
Yeah, well, I don't know what made us hang the war knives upstairs.
Yep.
It's because my grandpa gave them back to my dad. And so we went to bed and we had that twin thing.
Yeah, so Debbie, you feel what I feel? And she said,
yep, and 2 leaps down the stairs.
No, we weren't staying upstairs. We went straight down the stairs.
We didn't run downstairs. We
leaped. We always
leaped. We had the top of the stairs, the
landing and the bottom of the stairs.
And the bottom of the stairs.
1, 2, that was it.
And then we were in the front room.
That's right. So it goes that the next morning we go upstairs
to get ready for school.
And behold, that we were both shocked
that the knives were placed on both our beds.
They were taken out of the shield, that you couldn't even move. They were in. You couldn't. There's no way you couldn't took them out.
We tried, couldn't budge them.
Nope.
And for some odd reason, they were there, and we ran and got our mother, and she said, "You had to take it out."
Yeah, there's no way we couldn't. There's no way we could took it out.
We tried, we couldn't.
And here, after we went to school, they took the war knives, they took them and put them away somewhere.
No, we put the knives back in the shields, and we put them back downstairs in the dining room closet.
Yeah, but not by us.
Not by us, that was away from us.
Right, but what entity, what spirit
had the
power to get them out and put them on our beds?
An invisible strength, invisible force,
Thank God for
energy.
Thank God for that twin thing of ours.
Thank God.
All right, that was number 1.
Okay.
Number 2 is going to be about the cup.
Yes. Well, we were upstairs cleaning and dusting because we were always trying to make the attic not so scary. And one day I'm there polishing the bookcase and Sandy's over there polishing the beds and that. And I'm sitting there and a cup comes flying past my head. And I was shocked and I said, "Sandy, did you just throw a cup at me?" And she replies,
"No."
"What cup?" And we both looked at each other, ran down the stairs, and later to find out our baby sister was downstairs, and there was a full cup of coffee. And she was sitting there next to my mother, and this cup just levitated in front of her. But both of them turned upside down, spilled coffee on the table, and lowered the cup.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine even seeing something like that? I bet it happened in our family, yes, where things levitated, things were just lifted or thrown.
Again, what energy does this?
What has the power to lift this?
It's invisible.
That was number 2. Number 3, the metal cabinet upstairs in the attic.
And that was the size of a deep freeze.
It was heavy. It was a heavy
ton.
metal. Not on no legs either, by the way.
The cabinet was one of those closet cabinets.
Right, really heavy.
Where you could hang your clothes up in and put stuff on shelves. And no legs to it, just flat on the ground. You couldn't budge it, you couldn't shake it. It was solid. And so one day, I'm upstairs in the attic. I went to get something, and I had the most ungodly feeling, like, don't move. And I froze in front of that cabinet. And then, like, something in me said, go. And I ran and made a flying leap down the stairs to the landing, made another flying leap into the front hall, and ran into the front room. But when I went to the hall, I heard a big crashing noise. And my dad jumps off the couch. What was that? I don't know. And I was like scared. It's a good thing I didn't stay there. Something made me move, run.
Can you imagine that? So what, again, had the energy and the power to push this cabinet over?
Yeah, it took a couple of men just to lift it.
That was number 3. And number 4, you know, people will say, maybe you passed out, maybe you blanked out. But my mom was up on top of the stairs, and something lifted her up and pushed her down the stairs.
Yes. And Sandy and I both had similar
being lifted and pushed down the stairs.
Yes, my Uncle Tony brought in a book he found, and it was about haunted America or something, I don't know. And I opened the book, and there was 2 stairs leading to the kitchen, and no one was in the house except my mom, my uncle, and myself. And I felt someone behind me push me down the stairs, and I fell to my knees. And everyone looked, and there's nothing there, nothing. And my mother grabs the book, and she tells my uncle, you go take this where you found it. Do not put it in the garbage. Do not dump it anywhere. Put it where you exactly found it. She was a big believer in that.
So yeah, but what has the energy and the power to lift you, push you?
Yep, and Sandy got pushed.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. That is number 4. Number 5. Debbie and I did a haunted investigation at a garage. A private one.
So we really can't
get into details about
right.
the investigation.
But actually, this is the first investigation that we brought an extra friend for this one, who
she's very gifted. She's very gifted and able to talk to the other side. She had family connections that she was able to communicate with, and they would talk to her. Yes, right. This is another thing about unknown.
There was a death that happened in this place.
And so we were going there just asking questions, and this is probably the first and last time we ever used the Ouija board
for this one.
For this investigation.
Communication.
Was this communication? Just to find out what happened in the garage.
And yes, we said prayers of protection.
That's right. We always say prayers. I know your people think it's evil and and it's bad. I wouldn't do it.
Evil doesn't come through the board.
It's the person.
It's the person it comes
It's the
through.
person that is unable to handle the unknown. You have to be able to be prepared.
Prepared, yeah.
And just say your prayers. Have holy water, or just make sure that everything is in place.
And this black entity did appear.
Yes.
And our friend and I seen it, but did not walk towards it. We kept our distance from it. And so we proceeded to do the board, and it answered questions.
Yes.
To the people who wanted to know certain things.
Right, but we couldn't disclose what
No.
we asked, because this is a private investigation.
Right,
But
and
they answered the questions.
correctly.
That's right.
Correctly. And yes, we said a prayer of protection again when ending this reading.
Yes, we heard a big pipe fall.
Oh yeah, we did the recording,
We did
and we did
recordings,
the EVPs.
Everything.
And yes, you could hear a big
pipe.
metal pipe fall from like a ceiling. But the thing was, we didn't hear it except on the recording.
That's right.
So
That was, like I said, we won't get in detail about the investigation, but we're just wanting to say, what has the power and the strength to even take a pipe and throw it like that? No one else is in the garage with us. That's why we just wanted to bring out, have you experienced being pushed? Have you experienced seeing things levitate?
move,
Did
yeah.
things move in front of you? I mean, this is unknown.
Or tugging your clothes. We've had that.
So share your stories with us.
Hey, missing items. They're in one spot, then they're in another.
Things that move and
Things
disappear.
that move. And with some kind of powerful energy, kinetic energy, telekinetic energy, something that's on both sides of the veil.
That's right. And with that, Debbie and I would like to say, until next time, 5 more things.
5 more things, and share.
Share your experiences. We would appreciate it, and so would everybody else, so they know.
Yes. That
We're
they're
not-
not alone. They're
They're
not
not
alone.
alone, and you're not going crazy. Things
Nope.
do happen.
Things do happen. Until then,
Until then, bye everyone.
have a safe Halloween
Have
week.
a safe Halloween.